Have you ever stopped to think about how you think? It sounds funny, right? But how we think is what we call critical thinking. It's like having a superpower that helps you make smart choices and understand the world better. Critical thinking is about asking questions, like a detective searching for clues. It's about not just accepting things at face value, but digging deeper to find the truth. Critical thinking is important in every part of our lives, from deciding what to eat for breakfast to understanding complex issues in the news. It helps us avoid jumping to conclusions or being swayed by misinformation. In a world overflowing with information, it's our shield against manipulation and our guide to making sound judgments. Think about a time you asked a really good question. Maybe it made someone think differently or helped you see something from a new angle. That's the power of questioning. It opens up our minds to possibilities and challenges us to consider different perspectives. When we question, we're not trying to be difficult or argumentative. We're simply trying to understand things better. We're acknowledging that we don't have all the answers and that there's always more to learn. Every great discovery, every invention, every step forward in human history started with a question. Someone dared to wonder why or what if. And that curiosity sparked a flame that led to progress. When we engage in critical thinking, we're essentially giving our brains a workout. We're strengthening our ability to analyze information, solve problems, and make informed decisions. Think of it like building mental muscles that help us navigate the complexities of life. Just like any skill, critical thinking takes practice. The more we use it, the stronger it becomes. And the benefits are well worth the effort. Critical thinking empowers us to be more independent thinkers, less susceptible to manipulation, and more confident in our ability to make sound judgments. We all make assumptions. It's how our brains process information and navigate the world. Assumptions are like shortcuts, mental leaps that help us make sense of things quickly. But sometimes, these shortcuts can lead us astray. Think of assumptions as invisible fences in our minds. They limit our thinking by making us believe that certain things are true without questioning them. We might assume that a news article is accurate just because it's published in a reputable newspaper. Or we might assume that someone's opinion is invalid because they come from a different background than us. These assumptions can trap us in a bubble of limited thinking, preventing us from seeing the bigger picture. They can lead to misunderstandings, poor decisions, and missed opportunities. That's why it's so important to be aware of our assumptions and to challenge them regularly. Section 2. Unveiling hidden beliefs. Assumptions often stem from our beliefs, values, and past experiences. They are shaped by our upbringing, our culture, and the people around us. For example, if we grew up in a family that valued hard work, we might assume that anyone who is struggling financially is simply not working hard enough. Or if we've had a negative experience with a particular group of people, we might assume that everyone in that group is the same. These hidden beliefs act like filters, influencing how we perceive the world and interact with others. They can make us quick to judge, slow to forgive, and resistant to new information that challenges our existing worldview. By becoming aware of our hidden beliefs, we can start to unravel these complex threads and examine whether they are serving us well or holding us back. Section 3. The importance of challenging assumptions. Challenging our assumptions is not about being confrontational or dismissive of other people's views. It's about being open to the possibility that we might not have all the answers and that there might be other perspectives worth considering. When we question our assumptions, we're essentially holding up a mirror to our own thinking. We're asking ourselves, why do I believe this? What evidence do I have to support this belief? Is there another way of looking at this situation? This process of self-reflection can be uncomfortable at times, but it's essential for growth. It helps us break free from limiting beliefs, broaden our understanding of the world, and become more empathetic and compassionate individuals. Section 1. The art of asking why. Remember being a kid, constantly asking why? It drove our parents crazy, but it's actually a powerful tool for critical thinking. When we ask why, we're digging deeper, trying to understand the root of an idea or belief. This technique is called Socratic questioning. It's about asking a series of probing questions to challenge assumptions and uncover underlying beliefs. It's not about proving someone wrong. It's about encouraging thoughtful reflection. Let's say you're reading an article that claims a certain diet is the key to weight loss. Instead of immediately accepting it, ask yourself, why does the author believe this? What evidence do they present? Are there other factors that could contribute to weight loss? Section 2. Mind mapping. Your thoughts on paper. Sometimes our thoughts are like tangled up string. It's hard to know where to start. Mind mapping is a visual way to organize your thoughts and explore different facets of an issue. It's like creating a roadmap of your brain. Start by writing the main topic or question in the center of a piece of paper. Then, draw branches outward, connecting related ideas, questions, and evidence. This process helps you see connections you might have missed and identify potential assumptions you're making. For example, if you're trying to make a decision about whether to move to a new city, your mind map might include branches for job opportunities, cost of living, social life, and proximity to family. This visual representation can help you weigh different factors and make a more informed choice. Section 3. Stepping into someone else's shoes. One of the biggest barriers to critical thinking is our own biases. We tend to favor information that confirms our existing beliefs and dismiss information that challenges them. That's where empathy comes in. Trying to see the world from someone else's perspective can help us challenge our own assumptions and understand different viewpoints. It's about putting yourself in their shoes and asking, what experiences might have led them to this belief? What information might I be missing? Let's say you're having a disagreement with a friend about a political issue. Instead of digging in your heels, try to understand their perspective. Ask them about their experiences and beliefs and listen with an open mind. You might not agree with them, but you'll gain a better understanding of where they're coming from. Section 4. Unmasking assumptions in action. Let's look at a real-life example. Imagine you see a news headline that says, "Study shows chocolate improves memory." Exciting, right? But before you run out for a chocolate bar, let's put our critical thinking caps on. First, ask why. Why was this study conducted? Who funded it? Was it a reputable institution? Then dig deeper into the evidence. How many people participated in the study? Were there any limitations? Finally, consider alternative perspectives. Are there other studies that contradict these findings? Could there be other explanations for the results? By questioning the assumptions presented in the headline and evaluating the evidence, you can make a more informed decision about whether or not to indulge in that chocolate bar. Remember building a tower of blocks as a kid? You carefully chose each block, making sure it was sturdy and level, because you knew a weak foundation would make the whole tower crumble. Evidence is like those building blocks. It's the foundation upon which we build our understanding of the world. When we talk about evidence, we're talking about facts, data, and information that support or refute a claim. It's not about opinions, beliefs, or what feels right. It's about looking for concrete proof that can be verified and tested. Just like you wouldn't want your block tower to be built on shaky ground, you don't want your beliefs and decisions to be based on flimsy evidence. Strong evidence is essential for making sound judgments, solving problems effectively, and navigating the complexities of life with confidence. In today's digital age, we're bombarded with information from countless sources: news websites, social media, blogs, podcasts, and more. It can be overwhelming trying to sift through it all and determine what's trustworthy. Think of sources of information like different brands of tools. Some are well-made and reliable, while others might break easily or give you inaccurate results. A reliable source is like a trusted tool. It provides accurate, unbiased information that you can rely on. When evaluating a source, consider its reputation, expertise, and potential biases. Look for sources that are known for their accuracy, fact-checking, and balanced reporting. Be wary of sources that rely on sensationalism, emotional appeals, or anonymous sources without proper verification. We all have biases. It's part of being human. Biases are our own personal lenses through which we view the world, shaped by our experiences, beliefs, and values. While biases are not inherently bad, it's crucial to be aware of them and how they might influence the information we consume and share. Think of bias as a filter that colors the way we see things. Just like a colored filter can change the appearance of a photograph, bias can distort information and make it appear different from reality. When evaluating information, consider the source's potential biases. Is there a financial incentive for them to promote a particular viewpoint? Do they have a political agenda? Are they affiliated with any organizations that might influence their reporting? Recognizing bias helps us to approach information with a critical eye and to seek out diverse perspectives. Fact-checking, separating truth from fiction. In this age of instant information, it's easier than ever to stumble upon misleading or completely false claims. That's why fact-checking is an essential skill for anyone who wants to be a savvy consumer of information. Think of fact-checking as being a detective for the truth. When you come across a surprising or questionable claim, don't just accept it at face value. Take a few minutes to verify the information. Look for evidence from reputable sources that support or contradict the claim. Use fact-checking websites like Snopes or PolitiFact to see if the claim has already been debunked. Remember, just because something is repeated many times or shared by someone you trust doesn't automatically make it true. Misinformation can spread like wildfire, especially online. By taking the time to fact-check, you can help stop the spread of false information and ensure that your own beliefs are grounded in reality. Section 2. Source Sleuth, Investigating the Messenger. Imagine receiving a letter from a stranger. You'd probably want to know who sent it and why before opening it, right? The same principle applies to evaluating information online. Before you hit that share button or accept a claim as true, take a moment to investigate the source. Start by asking yourself a few key questions. Who created this information? What are their credentials or expertise on the topic? Is the source known for its accuracy and impartiality? Look for clues within the website or publication itself. Does it have a clear bias or agenda? Is it transparent about its funding sources? Remember, anyone can create and share information online, regardless of their qualifications or intentions. By being a source sleuth, you can identify trustworthy sources and avoid being misled by unreliable or biased information. Section 3. Bias Detectives Unmasking Hidden Agendas. Bias is like a hidden current that can subtly steer information in a particular direction. Even seemingly credible sources can have biases that influence their reporting. As critical thinkers, it's our job to learn how to spot these hidden currents and navigate them effectively. One way to detect bias is to pay attention to language. Does the author use emotionally charged words or phrases that could sway the reader's opinion? Do they present only one side of the story, ignoring opposing viewpoints? Look for signs of cherry-picking, selecting only evidence that supports a particular narrative while ignoring evidence that contradicts it. Another important aspect of bias detection is considering the source's perspective and potential motivations. Who benefits from this information being presented in this way? Is there a financial or political agenda at play? By asking these questions, we can start to uncover hidden agendas and develop a more nuanced understanding of the information we encounter. Section 1. Unlocking Your Potential, the Power of Critical Thinking. We've journeyed through the essential elements of critical thinking, exploring the importance of questioning assumptions and evaluating evidence. It's like learning a new language, empowering you to decipher the complexities of the world. Critical thinking isn't about being cynical or distrusting everything. It's about engaging with information thoughtfully and forming well-founded conclusions. Think of our brains as muscles. Just like physical exercise strengthens our bodies, critical thinking strengthens our minds. It helps us make informed decisions in all aspects of life. With a critical mindset, we identify creative solutions and navigate obstacles effectively. Embracing critical thinking is about cultivating curiosity, skepticism, and open-mindedness. Learning is a continuous journey, with always more to discover and understand. Keep questioning, keep learning. Critical thinking is a process, not a destination. Embrace information that challenges your beliefs. These moments are opportunities for growth. Ask tough questions, even if it challenges authority. Critical thinking is your superpower. It helps you make sense of the information overload, question assumptions, Evaluate evidence and seek diverse perspectives. Keep challenging your biases. Never stop learning. The world is full of fascinating ideas waiting to be explored.